Hello, everybody. This is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with part three of Sinn Fein coming to power in Northern Ireland. You see, I've been talking about the hospitals and how they have been great, but I think the only thing that is wrong with the NHS at the minute is it seems to be impossible to get talking to a doctor. We actually phoned and they said that they were too busy and they couldn't take any calls. Now, I had a temperature. I had just been out of hospital before with sepsis, and they left a message saying tell them to ring me out of hours. Now, I don't understand why the GPs, aren't seeing the patients as much as they did before. I know their workload is so heavy, but it needs, they need something to sort it out because patients like me are so vulnerable, and when you're lying there, and especially like we don't have, with carers certainly to come in, but with no family help apart from my wife's children are absolutely amazing, and they help us an immense load with stuff around the house, but I don't want to cross the line where they have to, come and be my carers. I want to, just keep the relationship totally without the care coming into it. I want them to see me as being just a normal person and not somebody that needs to look after all the time. You want to have your independence, and so the GPs, if they could work that out, I think that the whole system would be great. The only thing is that the last time that I was in hospital, I was wheeled past, and literally there was people in the corridors. There was a man, and he must have been heading for 90, and he was sitting in the hallway at the doors, people walking past him. And there was even a man, and this is so degrading, and I can't believe actually that it happened. But we were in a cubicle, and there was a man laying out in the corridor beside the nurse's desk, and he had like a screen wheeled over him, and that man had to go to the toilet in that hall with visitors walking past him. And we were able to see where we were, not that we were looking, but we were able to see basically the poor man doing everything, and it was just, I just can't believe that I actually witnessed it. The amount of people lying in the corridors was ridiculous. The it just broke my heart. I am always at high risk, so I'm always put in some sort of a cubicle, and that's by the grace of God. But I just couldn't imagine being one of those people lying out there and having to do your number one and number two in a corridor. And then you've got the school systems in Northern Ireland, which I went to school and I honestly never learned anything, because the teaching was so methodical. It had no benefit. It was just repetitive learning, and literally I had no interest. And the schools, you know, are becoming more integrated, and which I think is a bad thing, because they learn so much about other cultures and not about your own culture. That's the thing, you see. When I was in school, I learned about Russian history. I learned about the Spanish Inquisition. I learned about the Napoleon, World War II, but I never learned anything about Northern Ireland, our history, the Union, the dates that Northern Ireland was founded, anything to do with our history. Never learnt it. So how can children grow up and be proud to live in their country? It's no wonder that they're throwing petrol bombs and stones at the police and doing all these things, because they have had no leadership. They have never been shown a way. The community has broken down so much. And the reason behind this is that people have stopped going to the church. They've stopped being in community and coming together as brothers and sisters and standing together in church. Because God unites us all. God saves us all. God is over all. You can't have a government without God, and that's why I don't think this government will stand for long, because it doesn't stand with God and his values. In fact, it goes against them. So this is my thoughts on Sinn Fein coming to the leadership, and my worries, but my hopes too, because I think unionism will come together. They'll see that we've been divided and we need to come together as one party under the DUP. But if the DUP isn't doing it, then we will have to go for the TUV next time. But we'll give the DUP a chance to take back our values and stand for the union. Shalom, Maranatha, Hallelujah.